Hello and welcome to this video. The topic is how to end self-destructive behavior. My name is Dr. Stan Lang, and I wanted to share some of the essence of an interaction I had with a patient today that is instructive to this topic, which is a very common thing that I see on a daily basis, and actually is the basis for almost all of the chronic disease that doctors deal with, which is that we as people, doctors and patients, have our own version of self-destructive behavior that leads to some sort of medical condition, health condition, and how to control this thing that we do to ourselves that causes disease. So self-destructive behavior might look like eating the wrong things, eating too much of the right thing, drinking the wrong drinks, not eating, not exercising when I should exercise, lots of different. We damage our body by making the wrong choices, and we do the same thing over and over. Now, the key that overcomes this is to latch on to what we call a core desire. Now, core desire is something that is so strong that it operates at a subconscious level, even when you're not thinking about it. So if you're latched onto a core desire as it pertains to whatever your health issue is, it causes you to make the right choices, even when you're not thinking about it. Now, core desires are often not right in front of us. We have core desires in every part of our life, physical, emotional, spiritual, but sometimes we just don't think about them, so we're not aware of them. Of a core desire at work is, let's say that you come home, you have children, you come home to your house and the house is on fire. Now, you're not going to sit there and think, should I go in there or not? And you're not going to debate the odds of successfully getting in the house, getting your children out or not. You're just going to run in and go get them. A core desire to protect your children from harm overcame everything. And we have core desires like that in every part of our life, as I said, but a lot of times we're not in touch with them. So basically, there are two ways that people are motivated. We either are motivated for hope of gain or we're motivated for fear of loss. Now, for most people, we are motivated much more strongly by fear of loss than for hope of gain. In other words, if I'm sitting in a certain situation, relatively not too uncomfortable, I could sit here for a while, I'm a lot more likely to move if I have to do something to prevent loss of something I really want versus moving to get something I'd like to have. So the fear of loss is much more strongly motivating, and that can be the simplest way for you to tap into a core desire. As an example, for this particular patient, she had been in the hospital with a really serious problem, potentially life-threatening, about 2 years ago as a result of this particular problem that she was now dealing with. And she had done really well with managing this for a while, but had sort of fallen off the wagon, as we often do. And how was she going to get back on? Well, we talked about getting into the core desire of becoming so much in the space of what did it feel like when you're experiencing that hospitalization with those symptoms that you don't ever want to have again. What did that feel like? And you'd do anything to avoid that, which she definitely agreed with. And so getting in touch with that core desire by focusing on it, keeping it in front of her until she re-internalizes it at a much more conscious level, will help her to make the right choices, because if she's doing self-destructive behavior that's moving her right in the direction of that thing she's wanting to avoid, and she's really conscious of it, she'll stop doing it. We will not keep doing over and over again the things that we have a core desire about, and then our behavior takes that core desire out of our reach. Now, we have desires about lots of stuff, but they're not core desires. Like most people would say, I'd like to have $1 million, but they're not willing to pay the price to get $1 million. If somebody dropped it in their lap, they'd be happy for it. But there are things that we feel very strongly about. When we think about it, there's a very strong emotional reaction, and these are where the core desires of your life lie, and latching onto those can help you to overcome self-destructive behavior. Now, the most common area that I see self-destructive behavior getting in the way of success is in reversing diabetes, because reversing diabetes involves changing lots of habits that caused people to get diabetic in the first place. Lots of habits of eating the wrong food, lots of habits of drinking the wrong junk, lots of habits related to activity or lack thereof. And getting that all back in line again can be daunting unless we focus on core desires. And then we kind of automatically move in that direction, because we don't want to either lose what we're about to lose, which is good health, and have pain instead, or we don't want to lose the opportunity to gain something that we wanted, which is a lot better health, depending on what you're motivated by. You know yourself whether you're more motivated by loss, by the threat of loss of something you want, versus the hope of a gain of something you want. Both are very powerful motivators. And the more we're focused on truly core desires, not just things I want, which are desires, but they're not highly motivating desires, but I really want from the bottom of my heart, that will motivate us if we keep them and keep those desires in front of us. And that's what I encourage you to do today, to identify your self-destructive behavior and to think about the core desire that would most motivate you to eliminate that self-destructive behavior. You've got a core desire in there somewhere that's connected to that behavior. So I do hope that you found this encouragement helpful. God bless and have a great day.